Hello everyone. So this is my 1 month with my bottom denture, which I am currently not wearing at the moment. So I had my stitches removed on January 25th of 2013. He took scissors and cut into each one of the lines of the stitches and then pulled them out one by one. It was a little tender, but nothing I would classify as pain really. Before I'd had my stitches removed, and keep in mind I had my denture put in on the 15th, which is also when I had my extractions and all that kind of stuff. But for 10 days I hadn't been eating, and I know that's really bad, but I couldn't get myself to chew. I was really deterred from even trying after my experience with cottage cheese did not go so well. So I really did not even attempt to eat. I was drinking nothing but water and soup broth along with drinkable yogurts and pudding, which does not put any weight on you, especially if you have a high metabolism. So for 10 days I was just repeatedly losing weight, and I lost 10 pounds, which is really bad considering I was underweight to begin with. My dentist was really disappointed with that, and he told me that, Nicallette, you have to start eating. And I asked him about denture adhesive and stuff like that, if I could begin using it now that the stitches were gone, because my original fear was that the adhesive would stick to the stitches and then I'd try to remove it and I'd have this whole catastrophe going on, which is why I stayed away from using adhesive. But now that they were gone, I asked him if I could, and he said of course. Later that day I put some adhesive on there, and I used the Fixident Food Seal adhesive, which is a gel consistency. I went to the store with my mom and we started looking at all these foods, and of course I was a little hesitant to start eating just because, you know, without the adhesive my denture would move around whenever I would try to attempt chewing. Was a fear I thought would connect with the adhesive. However, I was happily surprised that this was not the case. I was able to eat within just that one day. I was a little bit of a piggy, but in that one day alone I was able to eat soft baked chocolate chip cookies. I was able to eat a McRib and a chocolate muffin that was heated up in the microwave. And these were things I thought I would not be eating for weeks, but with the adhesive in there, and my case might be a little unusual, but as I've said in my other videos, I never really got pain with my gums at all in my denture, so it was only a matter of days before I was able to start eating. But pasta was the hardest thing for me. It still kind of is, so I'm kind of averting away from pasta, which is kind of sad. I actually really like pasta, but trying to eat that with my denture, it's a very slippery surface, and my top teeth are very bad in the back, so trying to eat pasta while it's sliding around is really difficult. But yeah, by February 5th, I was eating pretty normal, you know. If I would chew for too long, you know, if it was something tedious, like something stringy, it would start to hurt after a while, because you're putting pressure down on plastic that's attached to your gum, so of course it's gonna hurt. But it really, you know, eating, I've kind of gotten back to normal. Sticky things are very difficult, and I try to avoid them. Anything that is really, you know how bread gets moist and then it clings to stuff? Well, I'm having that problem, so I try to stay away from breads and pasta and sticky stuff. But other than that, I can eat pretty much a normal diet. Well, my version of a normal diet. So I recommend that by your first month you should be back on semi-solids at least. If you are still having trouble with any type of chewing, I recommend going back to your dentist. By the first month you should be eating fairly regular, and if you're not, you want to figure out why. The other thing that came up was sleeping with your denture. To say it is a personal choice. don't ever let somebody pressure you into sleeping without your denture if you're not comfortable with it. However, I will say this: if you are somebody who in your sleep grinds or clenches your teeth, you might want to take your denture out. This was my concern, and it's even more of a prevalent concern because I do have my top teeth. And you know, if you're someone who clenches or grinds their teeth while you're sleeping, if you're wearing both sets of your denture, you know, you're gonna rub and create pressure, and these are not your normal teeth. They're plastic. And I don't know if you've ever rubbed plastic against plastic, but it starts to get abrasions in it. You really don't want to be putting pressure on it constantly, because the weight of the denture is heavier than what your normal teeth were. And if you're constantly putting pressure on your gums, not only are they going to recede quicker, but you are also damaging the bone underneath of your gums, and that's something you don't want to do. But if you are constantly wearing your dentures and you only take them out for maybe 10 minutes a day, you are damaging the jawbone in your mouth. Now, I mean, it's still going to take a couple years before you see any substantial jaw loss, but you know, you really don't want to do it. You want to try and prolong the effects of your denture as long as you can. So if you're concerned about jawbone density and, you know, receding, you really do not want to sleep with your denture in, especially if you're a grinder or if you clench your teeth. That is really bad. The other thing I'd like to cover on this topic is the next morning you might find that you're having some soreness putting your denture back in, and this can come and go. You know, it can be really erratic on how it follows, but I personally find a little bit of tenderness whenever I put my denture back in the morning, because you know, you had it out and now you're putting it back in. But it's not a horrible pain. It's more of a okay, this is a little bit of a discomfort, but it's not horrible. And for me, I put my dentures in my denture bath and I leave them out because I want to preserve my jawbone. I want to keep my gums fairly healthy. And I don't know if you know this, but while you're sleeping, your mouth actually salivates heavily and it cleans out everything in your mouth. And if you're wearing a denture, it's kind of like wearing a Band-Aid all the time. You know, if you wear a Band-Aid for too long, you start to get really disgusting residue underneath it and stuff. So you want to give your body a chance to naturally clean itself. Your saliva can get on your gums and, you know, can soften them and clean them and make everything all good and dandy. But if you have that denture on for too long, it can really cause problems. Again, this is a personal choice. If you do not want to be without your denture at nighttime while you're sleeping, I understand that, but please make a compromise. You know, if you don't want to leave your denture out all day, or if you don't want to leave your denture out all night, then please, while you're in the shower or while you're doing your makeup or your hair or you're, I don't know, walking the dogs or something, please just take it out for a minimum of 15 minutes every day to let them soak, to give your mouth a little bit of time to relax, because I understand if you don't want to take your denture out, but you really do need to give your gums time to heal, and that's just common sense. If you have more concerns, talk to your dentist or your prosthodontist. I am not a dentist, I am not a doctor, I am just reiterating the information that was given back to me. As for caring about your gums, you want to gently brush them morning, noon, and night, or, you know, morning and night when you put your denture in and when you take your denture out, or when you're getting ready for bed if you don't take your denture out. But my first month with dentures, in conclusion, was an experience, and it has continued to be, but things do get better, and they may progress slowly at first, but after the first couple weeks, you know, you start to feel more comfortable and adjusted with them, is what I found. Any problems or complications that you have with them should be fairly minor, and if you have serious issues, please go back to your dentist. If they don't listen to you, then hassle them, because it is their job to ensure that your dentures fit properly. And during this time of healing, it's very imperative that you not allow any problem to go undiagnosed or untreated. If you are like me, and in the beginning you think, I'm so hungry, when am I going to be able to eat? By the first month, you should be able to go back to your regular diet. I really hope so, at least. You remember to take things slowly, though. That's the important thing. Let your mouth heal. Be patient, which, believe me, I know is not easy. But be patient and try to stay positive. You know, for me, I'm a negative Nelly, I'll be honest, and I really thought that by day 3 I would be back to eating, but no. What you need to remember is you made this investment, you made this decision, or it was made for you, but it will be an improvement in your life. You know, when I have my denture in, I can look in the mirror and I can say, wow, I have nice bottom teeth. You know, I have a complete set of bottom teeth. This is kind of awesome. Just remain positive and think that in the long run, you know, these are going to pay off. It's not gonna just be where, great, I'm missing my teeth, this sucks. Before I had my denture, I used to get horrendous abscesses and toothaches along my bottom jaw. I mean, to the point where it was just throbbing and pulsating, and I thought I was gonna just rip my teeth out because I didn't want to deal with the pain. I am happy to report that since January 15th of 2013, I have not had a single toothache. Nope, not one. Not even teeny tiny little pain. Nope, I have not had any toothaches at all. And for me, that's good enough for me. Your first month is going to be terrible. As I mentioned in other videos, you're going to hate your dentures, you're going to regret that you ever did it, you're going to be pissed off because you can't eat, you're going to be irritated because you're going to get sore spots, and your denture might not fit properly, and you're going to look in the mirror and just go, I hate my life. It is going to happen. Be prepared for it. And by the end of this month, you should be fairly back to normal. Your face might look a little funny, and that's another thing. When you take your dentures out at night, and if your face kind of does this, you know, if it kind of sinks in a little bit, don't be critical of yourself, okay? Give yourself time to adjust. Your face is going to be different because you are using muscles now that you never used to, or you are no longer using muscles that you used to, and your face is going to change a little bit. But I'll tell you what my dentist told me. Think of it as an improvement, because the reason you have a denture or dentures is because your teeth were bad. Okay? I don't care for whatever reason, if it was your health, if you were born with a genetic condition, if you just didn't take care of them. You know, you got dentures for a reason. And I can tell you this right now. If you would have left those decaying, rotten, bacterial infested teeth in your mouth, you would have eventually lost them anyway. And you would have had more problems, because as your teeth deteriorate, you do have bone loss. That's what my problem was right here with my 4 front teeth on the bottom. It decayed so badly that I was already experiencing bone loss, and I had my teeth in my jaw. So, you know, don't think that I can just keep my teeth in there and it'll be better. No. I mean, trust me, it is better to have your teeth out and wear a denture than to be suffering with horribly decaying teeth and just hoping that it'll be good. So, this is my 1 month video. I covered everything that I experienced during my first month, except for intimacy with my boyfriend, because I feel that unless I'm asked, I'm not gonna bring that up. In my last video I talked about kissing, so that I think that's good enough for you guys. If you guys want, you know, specific topics from me, just tell me. Leave a comment and say, I would like to know about intimacy with dentures, or I would like to have a demonstration of the foods you can eat, anything like that. Because I'm gonna be honest, I might not think about them just because they're normal to me. I might not think that, oh, somebody's interested. If you bring it to my attention, I will be more than happy to help you out. That's what I'm here for. So yeah, this is my first month with dentures, and I'm doing alright.